It's 8 p.m. in Banjul, and you're watching QTV News, coming to you live from our studios on Caraba Avenue. I am Ansmane Sonyansi. Here are the main news headlines. President Adama Barrow presided over the launching of the Accessible Smart Farming project on Friday. The project aims to enhance the Gambia's food security and sustainability. Professor Pierre Gomez, the Gambia's Minister for Higher Education, updated the National Assembly about the state of the Nemban Tibet Center and the outcome of the UTG grades alteration scandal, amongst others. On the final day of the third ordinary session of the 2023 legislative year on Thursday, members of the National Assembly condemned the recent deadly shooting of police officers while highlighting issues affecting their constituents. The Ministry of Trade, in partnership with ECOWAS Free Movement Directorate, held a community sensitization forum at the Abuko Car Park on the free movement and migration protocol within ECOWAS region. And in international news, at the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly, the Gambia's Vice President has issued a call for the world to cooperate better and share the burden of solutions equitably through greater partnerships. Stay tuned for more on this and other stories. President Adama Barrow presided over the launching of the Accessible Smart Farming project on Friday. The project, which aims to enhance the Gambia's food security and sustainability, is to be implemented by the National Food Security Processing and Marketing Corporation in collaboration with Netherlands-based Trading International BV. Lena Eugenieva reports.
The Accessible Smart Farming project introduces the innovative use of modern information and communication technologies, ICT, to increase the quantity and quality of products while optimizing the human labor required. President Adama Barrow lauded the project's potential benefits and commended the initiative as a crucial step towards progress.
My belief is that the success of this project will solely lead to a decrease in youth unemployment. It is a bold step towards food self-sufficiency and will contribute to increased GDP and foreign exchange earnings. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I register sincere congratulations to Basiru Barrow, Mr. Mohamed Jai and his team on this important milestone. The development at NFS PMC testify to what can be achieved with robust and strategic management support by visionary leadership at the government level.
Mohamed Jai, Managing Director of the National Food Security, Processing and Marketing Corporation, NFS PMC, shared his insights into how this initiative promises to elevate the country's agricultural productivity.
This groundbreaking project involves a fully functional smart farming concept for 45 communities, complete with solar-powered and GPS-controlled drip irrigation systems, agricultural mechanization equipment, full service repair and maintenance facility for equipment, vehicles and machinery, and the installation of the state-of-the-art solar-powered cold storage facilities for the storage and processing of produce for exports.
Michael Hillen, a representative from Times Trading International BV, a Dutch company which specializes in agricultural mechanization and irrigation, expressed their commitment to nurturing Gambia's agricultural sector.
And because we love the Gambia, ladies and gentlemen, we are determined to help the country to improve its soils, to improve agriculture, its food production and post-harvest management. Because we're convinced that a well-functioning agriculture will bring prosperity to all. It will impact the life of each and every individual Gambian citizen.
Mod Eke Seka, Permanent Secretary at the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, conveyed the Minister of Agriculture's perspective on this transformative initiative.
With this project, a giant step has been taken to solidify our country's position. This is a clear sign that our policy and investment environment is promising, which will inevitably attract the right investments in agriculture and food security. Where a public institution like NFS PMC has provided an innovative solution to industry challenges, we hope that this environment we have created will encourage even more greater investments from the private sector and international organizations in the industry.
The adoption of smart agriculture practices is gaining momentum worldwide. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena E. Gwinyuba.
Now, Professor Pierre Gomez, the Gambia's Minister for Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, updated the National Assembly on Thursday about the state of the Ndemban TVET Center and the outcome of the UTG grades alteration scandal, among other matters. Aliou Cissé covered the sessions and Hina reports.
Responding to questions and concerns at the end of a day-long adjournment debate by National Assembly members, Professor Pierre Gomez, the Higher Education Minister, confirmed that the Fonyi Ndemban TVET Center is now operational, and so far over 100 students have been admitted and oriented with full government scholarships.
And they will be doing auto mechanic, carpentry, construction, welding and fabrication and plumbing and so on and so forth. These skills that we really need. So throughout their stay, it will be under subvention, they will receive a scholarship, full scholarship.
And subvention to satellite institutions under the Ministry of Higher Education, Minister Gomez informed lawmakers that his office has written to the Minister of Finance to abolish subvention payments to the institutions for his ministry.
Because right now they give them subvention, they send it to MOHAS, and then MOHAS distribute what we receive. So we are saying now, let the subvention be abolished, and then let government take care of basic salaries of all the satellite institutions. That is better, number one. Number two, we don't want the money to be sent to MOHAS. It's not meant for MOHAS, should not come to MOHAS. Let it go directly to the institutions that are to benefit from it. And since it's basic, so that they can plan properly.
On the grades alteration scandal at the University of the Gambia, the Season Educationist turned minister said there was no evidence of sex for grades during the investigation, which confirmed 60 students were involved. He revealed the actions taken against those found guilty.
It is confirmed that some 4 staff, 2 lecturers and 2 admin staff, 1 faculty officer, 1 IT director, and so we found wanting. And the governing council reviewed all the entire report and decided to dismiss with immediate effect those 4 people. One of them, in addition to the dismissal, he is also banned from teaching the university for 15 years. And then 60 students were found wanting, 60 students, 27 females and 33 males. So they have their grades changed. So 1 student collected his certificate but has returned it to management. His certificate will be officially recalled and revoked. 10 students have already collected their attestations but not yet awarded their degree certificates. Their transcripts, attestations will be recalled and revoked. 47 students will have their grades reversed to their original state. 2 students were not found guilty because the alteration of their grades was authorized.
Contrary to media reports that the government has rescinded the decision to send students to the UTG Faraba campus, the Ministry of Higher Education minister stated that the ministry and the UTG have agreed that lectures will commence in the new facilities at the Faraba campus on October 2nd, 2023. The university community is advised, therefore, to proceed with their preparations to avoid inconvenience, a press release from the ministry stated. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cissé.
And we still stay with my colleague Aliou Cissé on the National Assembly sessions as he reports that the National Assembly's 3rd ordinary session of the 2023 legislative year was adjourned indefinitely on Thursday, marking the end of weeks of spirited deliberations. During the over 10 hours adjournment debate, members condemned the recent deadly shooting of police officers and brought to the attention of the authorities diverse issues affecting their constituents.
The long adjournment debate, which was presided over by Speaker Fabakary Tombong Jatta and Deputy Speaker Sidi S.K. Njai of the National Assembly, witnessed contributions from members of both sides of the House on various issues affecting their constituencies, including health, security, education, infrastructure, water, electricity, and agriculture. It also availed members the opportunity to seek possible solutions to some of those constraints and bring them to the attention of the authorities. At the start of the adjournment session, Speaker Fabakary Tombong Jatta said the adjournment debate is a unique opportunity for lawmakers to share with authorities their positions on issues of concern.
Our parliamentary journey over the course of this session has been marked by spirited debates, diverse viewpoints, and a collective commitment to the betterment of our society.
Leading the debate, Alhaji S. Dabo, National Assembly member for Brikama North and Minority Leader, commended the Speaker, the Deputy Speaker, and Office of the Clerk for their handling of the proceedings.
This Assembly takes special notice of the security situation of our country, especially the killing of the 2 police officers and then the wounding of 1. This is a matter of concern for all, and this Assembly is committed to joining the Executive to resolve this issue and all matters of national concern.
Members from both sides of the House, including Alhaji Sise of Sabak Sanjal, Samba Jallo of Nyamina Dankunku, Madi Sise of Serkunda West, Fatmata Njai of Banjul South, Suleiman Saha of Central Badibu, and nominated members Maimuna Sise and Fatmata K. Jawara, Tamsir Cham of Lower Nyomi, Lamin Sise of Kiang West, Abdullah Njai of Banjul Central, Almame Jiba of Wani Kansala, Saini Jawara of Lower Salum, and Salifu Jawa of Jokadu, respectively, all acknowledge the efforts by the government to address some of the major concerns of the people. Nonetheless, they reminded the government that more needs to be accomplished to better improve the well-being of Gambians.
Owing to the fact that the state has been spending a lot of money on travels, but the fact that the government is recognizes that and took a very bold step to come up with that ban, I think they need to be thanked for that.
The hate speech is consuming the country, and I think it's a cause of a concern to every one of us. What we found ourselves in on the 12th of September is a very new thing to Gambia.
The issue of rent is also being a big barrier in our day-to-day activities, because currently we are having a large mass exodus in the capital city.
Whatever we do, it should be people-centered. Love your country. If you are given a responsibility, be ready to serve your people and take responsibility of that position and respect your subordinate, and the subordinate also should respect you. That is, the subordinate, they should respect their leader.
On the incident involving the shooting of 3 police officers, members advocated for well-capacitated and equipped security personnel and called for the case to be investigated and for all those involved to face the full force of the law. They condemned any attempt to politicize the incident. They appealed for the fast-tracking of various projects. As the plenary adjourned, the committee's oversight sittings will continue. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
And the report there by Aliou Cisse will lead us to the commercial break, but we will be right back.
The government of the Gambia, with support from the World Bank, European Investment Bank EIB, and the European Union EU, through the Gambia Electricity Restoration and Modernization Project GERMP, has been investing in the energy sector of the Gambia. NAWEC recently completed Backbone Phase 1 Lamin-Koto Diabugu by construction of a 30 kV overhead line from Lamin-Koto to Diabugu for the electrification of 46 villages and associated low voltage networks. This accomplishment is part of a multi-phase project geared towards advancing the government of the Gambia's commitment to universal access to electricity for all Gambians by 2025. This will improve livelihoods and socio-economic activities of beneficiaries in these areas. Improving livelihoods by providing affordable and reliable electricity services to Gambians is a priority for NAWEC. Stay tuned for more stories about how advances in the electricity sector are improving our lives, and do not forget to save energy through these simple measures.
The Central Bank of the Gambia, having been requested by the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, will establish and nurture the Security Exchange Commission, Central Security Depository, and the Gambia Stock Exchange. His Excellency, President Adama Barrow, will officially launch the first capital market of the Gambia on Friday, 29 September 2023 at the Sadauda Kairaba Jawara International Conference Center. Please join us to celebrate this significant milestone in the financial market landscape of our dear country, the Gambia.
Thanks for staying with us, and if you're just joining us, you're watching QTV News, coming to you live from our studios on Kairaba Avenue. Now, the Ministry of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment, in partnership with ECOWAS Free Movement Directorate, held a community sensitization forum at the Abuko Car Park to promote the ECOWAS National Biometric Identity Card and the implementation of free movement and migration protocol within the ECOWAS region. For more, here's my colleague Lena Iyukenyiba.
This collaboration between the Trade Ministry and ECOWAS aims to facilitate the free movement of ECOWAS origin goods, foster economic cooperation, and enhance the economic development of member states to uplift the community's living standards. During the engagement, ECOWAS representatives addressed issues raised by drivers about ensuring the implementation of the biometric ID card aligns with their needs and concerns. Obinna Ajugwo from ECOWAS's Free Movement Directorate emphasized the many advantages offered by the ID card.
Now, the ECOWAS travel certificate was handwritten. When a document is handwritten, it can be easily manipulated. The ECOWAS biometric card tackles that feature because it has biometric security features integrated within the card. And with the instrumentality of those biometric features, we're able to strengthen the security architecture at the borders, and we're able to share information amongst operatives.
Musa Sawane, Principal Economist at the Ministry of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment, underscored the crucial role of transportation in achieving regional integration and economic development.
With the transportation, it helps to facilitate the movement of people. It helps to ensure smooth trade. Transportation helps, in fact, in terms of boosting tourism. And also, we know how transportation is when it comes to enhancing regional security.
Omar Sise, President of the General Transport Union, urged drivers to embrace ECOWAS initiatives and highlighted specific challenges faced by the drivers despite acquiring the biometric ID card.
We are the citizens of the ECOWAS. We draft that MOUs, that treaties, that agreements. We are the same people who need to implement that agreements. Today, our vehicles are here. The whole of all ECOWAS brand card is mandatory by the state. We need to take the ECOWAS brand card, but it's not beneficial.
Samba Sarr, a truck driver with over 40 years of experience, echoed the common concerns shared by his fellow drivers.
Senegal ñoo ñu sonal. Wax ko mu jëriñ ak wax ko dee dinañ ko wax.
To begin with, Senegal is our problem. Nobody but them. Our shared interest with Senegal has been fulfilled, but they are not doing theirs. We are talking about the ID card, but even the driver's license. At each checkpoint, where a Senegalese pays 1,000 CFA, the Gambian will pay 2,000 CFA, and you have nowhere and no one to complain to.
Obinna Ajugwo, representing ECOWAS, gave an assurance that grievances would be duly considered and addressed.
ECOWAS has established what we call a Heads of Immigration Forum which holds regularly. This is where we table all these concerns which you have addressed today. And I can assure you all these concerns will be addressed, they will be tabled at the next Heads of Immigration Forum.
Established in 1975 through the Treaty of Lagos, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, unites 15 countries in pursuit of a unified trading bloc through economic cooperation. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena E. Gwenyiba.
The Central Bank of the Gambia, in collaboration with the Gambia Police Force, signed a memorandum of agreement with the management of the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital on Thursday to rehabilitate a private block which will cost $5 million. Loliam Camara has more.
In addition to supporting the rehabilitation of the private block at EFSTH, it will also contribute to other improvements of the facility. The Central Bank Governor, Boaz Saidi, points out that the gesture is part of the bank's corporate social responsibility.
In our bid to enhance the results orientation of our corporate social responsibility, we are now taking a significant rehabilitation project for the hospital's private wing. Central Bank is collaborating with the Gambia Police Force to ensure the successful execution of this project, with CBG providing the necessary funds and the police providing the labor and technical expertise. This partnership exemplifies Central Bank's commitment to corporate social responsibility and improving healthcare facilities in the Gambia.
The Gambia Police Force is an implementing partner in the rehabilitation process, and Samba Jao, the Commissioner of Police Administration, on behalf of the Inspector General of Police, emphasizes the importance of the event.
As a government department, we would also be happy to associate ourselves with such a project and to be part of the implementing partners. So, as we know, as is stated before by the other speakers, our engineering unit is going to be the unit that is going to implement this project, to take care of the construction of the project.
Marlon Dong, the Director of Admin and HR at EFSTH, spoke on behalf of the hospital management.
So, on behalf of the board, the chairman and board of the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, the management and staff, I sincerely wish to thank the governor of the Central Bank and his entire staff for this wonderful support to this facility, to the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital. We always say if you support the Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital, it's like you are supporting the entire health system of the country. This facility is used by everybody in this country, starting from Fatoto to Katom. All difficult cases are referred to this hospital. So like supporting this hospital is like supporting the entire Gambia. We also sincerely want to thank the IGP and his entire staff for accepting to do the renovation work completely. We want to assure you that we'll give you all the support.
The Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital is the largest referral and only teaching hospital in the Gambia. Both the donors and hospital management are hopeful that the support will greatly help to address the condition of the facility. For QTV News, Loli M. Camara.
From the report there by Loli M. Camara, we have a look at international news in a moment. Now, speaking at the 78th UN General Assembly on Thursday, Mohamed B.S. Jallow, Vice President of the Gambia, says there is a need to cooperate better and share the burden of solutions equitably through greater partnerships and solidarity in tackling underdevelopment, climate change, unsustainable deaths, and conflicts among a host of other issues. Julna Jai reports.
Speaking at the general debate of the United Nations General Assembly on Thursday, Mohamed B.S. Jallow, Gambia's Vice President, called on world leaders to renew their faith in both the Charter of the United Nations and inclusive multilateralism.
We have seen more years before the decade of
We have 7 more years before the decade of action ends, yet the story on our global attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals is not very positive. It is a story of unfulfilled commitments, weak international cooperation, and lack of genuine global solidarity. It is a story that is all too common when it comes to implementing global commitments. Consequently, we must recognize these global challenges and redouble our efforts by recommitting ourselves to the attainment of the SDGs in the Global South.
In view of the current harsh economic realities across the Global South, many developing countries are contending with unsustainable debt burden that are compromising their ability to dig themselves out of poverty. Here is Gambia's Vice President again.
It is essential to find ways to address this burden urgently, as most of our countries run the risk of being left behind. Our goal is to recover by building back our economies much better and faster, and to create the policy space that would once again generate growth. With a deep sense of urgency, the international community should step up its efforts through new and existing initiatives towards finding durable solutions to the debt problem. In sum, we must get back on track to attaining the SDGs.
On climate change, Africa is paying a very heavy price for global warming, even though it is the least contributor to climate change. B.S. Jallo also calls for action in combating climate change.
The world is neither short of climate action commitments nor the financial resources to match our ambition, but we are short of the genuine political will to act decisively. When shall we meet the $100 billion annual commitment to combat the phenomenon? Shall we ever agree on the modalities for the loss of damage fund at COP28? These are important questions to ask, considering the prevailing mistrust that continues to characterize the global dialogue on climate change and climate action. We have to act soonest and rebuild trust in our collective fight against global warming.
Gambia, through our nationally determined contribution under the Paris Agreement, is acting through various initiatives and projects to combat climate change. Therefore, VP Jallo urged member states and the international community to fulfill their commitments to Mother Earth with a greater sense of urgency. VP Jallo further spoke about the numerous security challenges confronting Africa and the world at large, and called on the world to choose peace over armed conflict. For QTV News, I am Julden Jai.
And I'm afraid this is where we draw the curtains on this bulletin. On behalf of the entire production team, thanks for watching. Have a good night.